Fantasy baseball, baseball, baseball. Hey, everybody, welcome to Fantasy Baseball, Baseball, Baseball. I am Dan O'Day along with Steve Romano. Hey, Steve.
How's it going, Dan?
It's going well. You know, it's part of Fantasy Baseball, Baseball, Baseball is the baseball, baseball, baseball part. Let's talk about Major League Baseball, shall we? You follow the sport, don't you?
I do pay attention to Major League Baseball.
It is so much fun. And here's just something I'm going to ask you on out of the blue. In the American League, who has the best record right now? Don't look.
Oh, oh, I,
You did look.
oh, no, no. I, wa- I want to say it's the Mariners. Is it not the Mariners?
Oh, close but no cigar. Right now, the Mariners at 20 and 13. Get this, and I started the segment this way because it's a surprise. 7 and 3 in their last 10. Detroit 22 and 13 has the best
Oh, the
record in the American League.
the the Tigers.
Yes, Detroit Tigers.
That,
Um,
that's kind of astounding,
y-
really.
yep, they're 7 and 3. Runs against is really good, 116. They're getting really good pitching. Runs scored 179. Also, towards the
Oh
higher
yeah,
end of the American League and even major leagues.
yeah.
So they're getting some good production hitting and getting some good pitching. That
And as I'm looking now I am looking a plus 63 run differential that leads all of baseball.
and that's why they have the best record in baseball. It's always about there's lots of little things to figure out, but it's always about how many runs do you score, how many runs do you give up. Um, so that's fantastic. We'll do the AL Central since we're there. We got Detroit in first place at 22 and 13. Cleveland right behind them, 20 and
Yep.
14, 1.5 games back. They're playing great. Kansas City 8 and 2 in their last 10 at 19 and 16. Minnesota Twins 15 and 20, hanging 7 games back, but 6 and 4 in the last 10. And the White Sox already out of it at 10 and 24, 11.5 games back. So I shouldn't say that. They were 5 and 5 this week, so there's some hope.
And if I remember correctly, like the White Sox like started 4-1 or 5-1, I think, to start the season.
Yeah, it's
And then
sad. It's tough to be a
it's
White
it's
Sox
it's
fan.
it sure is.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
AL East, we'll go 19 and 15. The Yankees lead the East. They're 5 and 5 in the last 10. Boston 18 and 18, 4 and 6 of the last 10. I'm
Yeah.
talking to a Red Sox fan. They're 2 games back. They feel like a 500 team, obviously.
Yes, you know it's been very bad though, and this is no joke. I think over the last 7 games, they've had 4 losses that were all the bullpen.
Wow.
I mean, it just was they were doing well. The starter does decent enough. I mean, they've had a couple of great starts, and then a couple of like, hey, well, we're winning 5-3 going into the seventh, and Whitlock, Slayton. They've had a few guys just come in and just really just give it all away. And when you're
Wow.
giving it away in like the eighth inning, I mean, that doesn't really leave the other team much time to reclaim the lead, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's harsh. The back end of the bullpen is always important, and if they're not pitching well, that's how your season will go for sure. And it's hard to watch. And I know you watch Red Sox games like I watch Phillies games. Tampa Bay behind Boston in third place in the East at 3 games back at 16 and 18. Toronto also 16 and 18. The Blue Jays, and then Baltimore 13 and 20, 4 and 6 in their last 10. Definitely thought of to be a contender this year. Having a little trouble out of the gate.
Yeah. It's a lot. I mean, everyone thought a couple years ago, right? They won the division and they were kicking ass, and it looked like they were stepping into like a window where like, oh wow, the Orioles are gonna be a force in the American League East for probably like the next 5, 6, 7 years. And then last year was a disappointment, and then this year has gotten off to a terrible start.
And they have so much great young talent. Maybe they have not enough veteran leadership or a mix of both, but they're having a tough time out of the gate. And we'll go to the AL West. Seattle on top. Steve's guess for best record at 20 and 13. They are currently the second best team in the American League. 19 and 16. I'm sorry, the A's, not no longer in Oakland, 2 games back. They're 7 and 3 in their last 10. Seattle 8 and 2 in their last 10. Houston 17 and 16, 3 games back, hanging tight, 1 game above 500. Texas 7 and 18. They're only 4 games back, only 1 game under 500, but 3-7 in the last 10. And then the Angels at 13-20, 7 games back. They actually started out well, 2-8 in their last 10. Now that I look at it, I was talking about the White Sox. I mean, we got a race for the worst team here, 10-24, 13-20. I mean, the Angels are definitely trending that way.
It's a bummer for the Angels.
It is.
There's a lot I like about them. And I have a lot of friends in Southern California who are fans, so
Yeah,
I vicariously care.
yeah.
And
I'm a fan, as you know. They started well. They're playing bad. Trout now injured. It's just nothing's going right for the Angels right now. 3-7 in the last 10. And just we were talking about run differential. Baltimore at -55. Get this. LA,
yeah, I see it.
you see it, -64 run differential. So obviously their pitching has been weak.
I mean, that's almost 2 runs a game, right? I mean, 33 games, that'd be 66. Almost 2 runs a game negative differential. That is terrible this early.
That is
Oh,
horrible. I mean that's not assembling a good pitching staff. I don't think they're that decimated with pitching injuries. So not good for the Angels. Let's go to the National League without looking who's the best team in the National League.
that one, I'm pretty sure.
Don't look.
Is it? It's not. I think the Cubs passed the whoever was leading the NL West. I think it's the Cubs.
I believe you were right, but they passed him back. The Dodgers at 23-11, 7-3 in their last 10, lead the National League, with the Cubs right behind them at 21-14. But the second best team would be San Diego, and the third best team would be San Francisco, tied with the Mets. So
The
Chicago now falling. I mean, I guess they were ahead, but now they're like the fifth best team in the National League. Let's go over the West. The Dodgers with a run differential of plus 42, 23-11. San Diego half a game back, 22-11. San Francisco 22-13, 1.5 games back. What a race we got going on there. Arizona
yeah.
only 5 games back, 2 games above 500, plus 6 run differential. I mean, they're playing okay. They're hanging. It's a long season. And this one I can actually say for sure, already out of it and definitely going to be in last place in the National League. Colorado, 6-28. That's even hard to say. 6-28.
I mean, are they going to break the record that the White Sox just set for the fewest wins ever?
Is there a side bet going on between those GMs we don't know about? I mean, what is going on? That is really sad. We know some Colorado fans. It's a beautiful stadium. It's a great city. Hard to see and be a fan when you're 6-28. We'll go to the
Look at
NL. Yeah, go ahead.
look at their run differential. It's minus 89.
Yeah, obviously
Good
the
Lord.
worst in the majors by far.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
Only
that is.
106 runs scored.
Yeah, as bad as their pitching is, their offense is just as bad. It's so true.
Terrible.
It's terrible. With NL Central, we got the Cubs at 21-14, leading with a 600 percentage. They're 6-4 in their last 10 with a plus 62 run differential. Cincinnati 18-17, 3 games back. Milwaukee Brewers 4 games back at 17-18, just 1 game below 500. St. Louis 16-19, 6-4 in their last 10. So they're trying to stay in the battle, only 5 games back. And the Pirates, the Pirates thought they would be a little more of a contender. 9 games back, 12-23. They are definitely 2-8 in their last 10. They're in the territory where you better start playing well now and maybe too late to catch up.
It definitely goes to show you, like, so many of these teams have like a bunch of young players on them, right? I
Yeah,
mean, the Red
absolutely.
Sox have great young talent. The Mariners have a bunch of young talent. Um, well, these teams too, like the Pirates, the Rockies, the White Sox. I mean, they do have a bunch of kids on their team that are getting opportunities, but making that leap to the majors it's harder than it seems. And I mean, they like the Rockies have called up so many of their blue chip prospects, but it's really not making a dent, you know?
No, it's not. And it's a shame because For the Pirates, they have a decent mixture of veterans. You know what I'm saying? But as I always point
Yeah.
out, like you just said about rookies, I mean, in his first full season, Greg Maddox went 6-14 with a 5.61 ERA. It's just an example I like to use. This different era of baseball in 1987, his first full season, and he became Greg Maddox. So it takes a year or two of seasoning. I totally agree with you there. And the Pirates are underachieving with their veterans, and they're definitely not having getting good play out of their rookies. In the East, we got the Mets leading with a 22-13 record, which is the tied for third best in the National League. The Phillies at 19-15, 2.5 games back. That's my team. They're 6-4 in the last 10. Overall, I like how they're playing. We have a couple. Sanchez kind of got injured, but he came back and pitched well. Ramuto seems to be waking up. Overall, I'm okay with the team. They've been leading off Stott lately. That was a move that was not the season didn't start that way, but he's been leading off more than not as the last 2 3 weeks, 2 weeks. So the Phillies are hanging in there, 2.5 games back. Washington behind them, 16-19, 6 games back. 5-5 in the last 10, though. And Atlanta, 15-18, 6-4 in their last 10. The Braves have moved in to fourth place in the East, passing Miami. They started in that big hole. We've talked about it every week. 15 and
Yep.
18 now, 6 games back. Way to go. They passed Miami because Miami's 2-8 in their last 10 at 13 and 20. So there is a race for bad teams. I mean, they're tied with the Angels, and it's going to be a race to see who's the worst team in the majors. And we got some contenders going on. And that's the National League East. It's been a good race. Who's surprising you? Either way, underperforming or overperforming.
I think I'm a little shocked at the Mets. I wasn't sold on the pitching staff that they had put together, but it's kind of getting the job done well. So that was a bit shocking, and definitely shocked with the Giants. I mean, who saw the Giants
Yeah, they're getting
doing what
some
they're doing, right?
great pitching. They really are getting some great pitching, and it's nice to see. I like that three-team race. I mean, the Dodgers spend so much money, you just don't want to see them running away with it. San Diego's playing well, and
Yeah.
and then San Francisco, like you said, so surprising. That's the NL West. Real quick, there's not really much to go over stat wise, as I've brought up before. The beginning of the season doesn't really mean that much, but real quick, Cal Raleigh with 12 home runs leads the league.
I mean, it looks like he's the best catcher in baseball, right?
If you're leading the league in home runs and you're a durable, solid defensive catcher, I mean, offensively, obviously, all around, yeah, I think so. He's leading the league. Not that he's surprising, definitely a power hitting bat, but 12 leading the league. Judge 11, Schwarber 11, Suarez 10, and even Torkelson with 10, having 31 2 years ago. I mean, none of those are surprising, but Riley leading the league in home runs, pretty cool. And then we have, just a few people in the 30s. A guy you traded in one of our fantasy league, Teoscar Hernandez leading the majors with 33 RBIs, tied with Aaron Judge. Alonso with 31. Flores with 31. He's been up off the top of RBIs all season. He continues to produce. And then Tucker
Yep.
in fifth with 30. They're the only people with 30 RBIs. Pretty exciting, actually, for to see Flores. I mean, the savvy veteran having such a solid start to the season. And, obviously, let's talk about, we were just talking about San Francisco. One of the reasons he's helping them have such a good start.
Yeah, he's been killing it, off to a fantastic start. I mean, you know, per plate for sure. His on base is still terrible. It's
Yeah, and he's batting
287.
240, exactly. But when he gets the
But I mean,
opportunity with runners on, he's driving them in.
yeah, I mean, I can live with a 240 average, 7 home runs through 34 games. That's actually totally good. But man, the 287 on base percentage is a major bummer. That's a major bummer.
It's really a bummer. So, real quick, we'll finish off with stolen bases. Robert from the White Sox has 15 stolen bases. He's batting 195, though. So, that's
Wow.
just think if he actually had a batting average. O'Neill Cruz, 14 in second place. De La Cruz, third place with 13. Crow Armstrong with 12. Duran 11 and Victor Scott with 11. The other people in double digits. Real quick, Crow Armstrong is really he was a really like a high end prospect. And I don't think he had so great of a warm up last year. He's bad. I think at the end of the year he played okay, but he's playing great. Crow Armstrong,
Yep,
272,
he
nine
sure
homers,
is.
26 ribbies, 12 stolen bases. One of the reasons the Cubs are playing well. He's definitely they're getting production out of him. None of those names surprised me at the top of the stolen bases.
No, I mean, I thought I would think De La Cruz would be out as a leader of the pack as opposed to like just one of the top three or four, but he could still turn it on at any given moment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the Major League Baseball talk. That's what's going on. And we're only in the beginning of May. Always exciting to talk about baseball. Next, we talk about fantasy baseball.